I make over $100,000 per month with my clothing brand, and I have tried and failed many times. From spending hundreds of hours on YouTube, buying courses, creating terrible products, and spending thousands of dollars on creating these bad products, my road was definitely not easy. And that's why I want to help you figure out how you can start your own profitable clothing brand in 2024. I'm going to be breaking down the biggest parts of starting a clothing brand that you need to understand so you don't waste time or money on it, and just basically give you a clear path to starting a profitable clothing brand fast. So the first thing when starting your clothing brand is figuring out your niche, and this is very important. Your niche is basically what kind of market you're in, what kind of style you're trying to produce. And usually the best way to figure out what type of niche you want to be in is just look at what you wear, look at the clothes that you have on your body. And some examples of different niches is like Y2K, which is what my brand currently is in. There's things like opium type clothing. There's more streetwear type clothing like Off-White. You could even be making classic clothing like leather jacket. Regardless, you just have to know what niche you're going to be in. You can't make clothes from here and then make clothes over here and then clothes for here. You cannot please everybody. So it's best to figure out one niche that you're probably wearing and target that niche, because you'll understand the market and you understand what they like and what they want to wear, because that's what you like and what you wear. And this also relates to your name. You know, your name has to fit whatever you're in. And when it comes to creating a name for your clothing brand, don't use common words. You want to be creative and unique with your name. My brand name is called Watch Your Step. It's very different. A lot of people would have never thought of that, and it just helps separate yourself. Now, the way I came up with my name was kind of funny. I was sitting in a Discord call with my friend, just spitting names out, and eventually I just landed on that one, and that's the one that stuck. But today it's a lot easier. You can utilize things like AI. One thing I did for my new brand that I'm starting is I went on ChatGPT and I just plugged in a bunch of names that I like from other brands, and then I asked ChatGPT, hey, give me a name that has the same vibe as these, and then it gave me a good name and I ended up using it. So don't overthink the name part, but just make sure it is unique and different. Now, once you figured out your niche and figured out the name you want to go with, you need to have a logo. Honestly and truthfully, I would just hire a designer to create your logo, but if you do have design skills, you can go ahead and create your own. For the logo, just make sure it's simple and clean, something that people can recognize. Like for my logo, it's the bubble letters, because my whole kind of brand is, you know, more, I guess, kiddish in a way. The bubble letters, and my market is more younger people with my clothes, so it's all kind of cohesive and fits the whole brand. Now, if I was selling $1,000 pieces, then I would want a more subtle font, like a more subtle logo, something like how Burberry or Gucci has with just the font. So whatever niche you're in, your logo should kind of align with it. If you're more in that goth type of clothing, you should probably have a goth type text. Regardless, it should just be simple and clean. Match your name, of course. You don't want to have a separate logo for a different name, and it also matches your niche style of the type of clothing you're trying to produce and the type of brand you're trying to produce, because remember, we're building a brand here. Now that you basically got your niche, you got your logo, you got your name, it's now time to start designing a product. Having a good design is everything. If your product is good, it will sell. If your product sucks, it will not sell. This is more important than marketing. A good product can make up for bad marketing, but good marketing cannot make up for a bad product. Your product needs to be perfect, and you could do two things. One, you could hire a designer to go ahead and do this for you, and this is pretty much what I did for some of my best products. Or two, you can design yourself. But regardless, there's a certain framework you need to follow if you want to make a viral product, and that framework is first researching. You need to do research about what's trending in your niche at the moment. When I created these full zips, by the way, this full zip alone has made me over $1 million in sales. Not this color, but just, you know, the whole, just the design in general. But when I was creating these full zips at the time, puff print was trending in my market. People wanted puff print hoodies, and there wasn't that many, or there wasn't that many good ones at least. So I noticed, okay, puff print and stars are trending in the moment. Let me create a design with my own twist to this trend. So you see we got the stars right here, and it also is puff printed. Same with the chest piece. You saw the puff. So basically with that research, I took that and I made my, you know, my design with that research. So it's important you do research before you just start designing stuff. You have to know what people want at the moment and what you can do to fill in that gap in the market. Second is execution. You need to know how to execute properly, and that's why I said you could hire a designer to execute it, or you could do this yourself. But regardless, the product cannot look tacky, it cannot look trash. You have to ask yourself, would you wear something like this? And if the answer is no, then it's probably not a good product and nobody else will wear it. And you have to be brutally honest with yourself. Go ask friends as well, because a lot of us are very biased to our own designs, even though it might not be the best. And you know, my first 3 drops flopped because I was biased to my design, even though the design sucked. So now after you created your design and you feel like you're ready to go, you now need to make something called a tech pack. And we'll get into what a tech pack is really used for when we get to manufacturing. But basically a tech pack is just your design with a bunch of stuff pointing at it, basically telling the manufacturer what kind of printing style, what kind of fabric you want, and etc. We'll dive more deep into that in a second. Now, once you have a design, it's probably time to start building your website. And we utilize a platform called Shopify to build this website. And Shopify is pretty much what 99% of people use because it's the best. Because you can handle your shipping, you can handle your product listing, you can handle your website hosting, you can handle all your order management, you can handle everything through Shopify. No, this is not sponsored by Shopify. It's just really that good. But when it comes to creating a website on Shopify, usually it's going to cost you thousands of dollars to get a website created. And you would spend a lot of time getting this store set up. But there's some tools like Build Your Store AI, and you can have a store built exactly to your liking in less than 2 minutes, completely free. All you need to do is click the link in the description and you'll be redirected. Just fill in your details and make sure to complete all the steps. One of the most important steps in the process is the AutoDS integration, where you can actually do a print on demand straight from there. Once everything is set up, within minutes, you'll have a fully optimized store preloaded with winning products, suppliers, and all the necessary pages ready to launch in under 2 minutes. What normally takes days or even weeks to build can now be done almost instantly. Not only do you get a high quality store in minutes, but you also save thousands on development costs. Plus, the store comes with conversion optimized templates, so you don't need to worry about design or user experience. And if you're ready to build your e-com store, you guys got to check out Build Your Store AI. And touching back on conversion rate optimized themes, you guys have to understand that your website should not look sloppy or messy. It has to be clean, because there's this thing called conversion rate, right? So what the conversion rate is, it's basically people, you know, when they click on your marketing, whatever, and they go to your website, the amount of people that convert on that website. And having a scammy looking website, tacky looking website is going to hurt your conversion rate badly. So you need to make sure your website is clean. So you can just utilize the tool I pretty much just mentioned to, you know, build you that website. And the next thing you need is a domain. This is basically like the website name link. Like for me, mine would be watchyourstep.co, or you could be like mrbeast.store or cr7.store, whatever it is. And when it comes to domains, I have found the best one for you, and that is a .store domain. In a comprehensive 12-month long study, it was found that you could sell more with a .store domain. And it's proven pretty much now that if your store ends in .store, you can get 87% more visitors and double the visibility on Google because the keyword .store. Additionally, .store domains also provide a 12% better return on your advertisements. And this is all proven with studies. And there's like over 1 million sellers using .store, like Mr. Beast, Cristiano Ronaldo, Emirates Airline, and these are major companies using .store for their websites. And if you guys want, use my code EADSTORE to get a .store domain for just 99 cents for the first year. 99 cents for a domain, and they usually cost like $50. So now that we have our website and our domain, it is now time for manufacturing. And there are 2 routes to manufacturing: print on demand and cut and sew manufacture. Now, print on demand is pretty much what I mentioned earlier with AutoDS, where they'll have a blank for you, and then you could just put your logo or whatever your design is on like a t-shirt, a hoodie, more simple stuff, and you don't have to touch the inventory or nothing since it's print on demand. Once the order comes in, they print it and then ship it. Now, the second route you can use, and this is the route I use a lot, is just running through a cut and sew manufacturer. Now, what cut and sew manufacturers do is, you know, they create more custom pieces like this, you feel me? So you guys see I have my silky hoodie here, the puff print, my own boxy fit size chart, and usually only cut and sew manufacturers can make pieces like this that are more, you know, customized and unique. And these are manufacturers overseas, and the way you find these manufacturers is utilizing something called Alibaba. Now, Alibaba is just a platform that connects you to manufacturers, and from there you can go and do your research on there, search up for manufacturers like hoodie manufacturers or sweatpants manufacturers or whatever it is, and you'll have a list of manufacturers you can reach out to. You can see their pricing, see their quality, and etc. Now, remember I was talking about a tech pack, and this is basically, like I said, just a document that shows the details of your garment, pretty much what type of printing, what type of fabric, whatever it is. And this is what you're gonna send to your manufacturer to communicate what you pretty much want your piece to turn out like. Now, the issue with Alibaba is a lot of these manufacturers can be very, very expensive to get pieces done from. And I've actually opened up my own factory in China that does, you know, high quality manufacturing like this. You see, you guys see the quality hoodie, big hood, and we do custom pieces like this and etc. And it's all ran through me, so it's trusted, and we just do good work because I use it for my own brand. So if you guys are not having luck on Alibaba finding manufacturers, you guys can just come work with me, pretty much my manufacturing factory. Link of that will be in the description below, and I promise you will be in good hands working with. But anyways, when you work with a manufacturer, you need to get a sample, right? And this is basically just a test of the product before you order, you know, the bulk order with all the pieces. You need to get a sample to ensure the quality is good ensure everything just checks out. And actually the sample is a big part of our marketing play, and I'm gonna explain why. So a lot of people don't have money to order big bulks of hundreds of pieces, you know, from the manufacturer. So what I like to do is I like to take the sample and I like to market the sample. And basically what we're gonna do is once we've built up enough hype and demand with our marketing, showing off the sample, and people actually want to buy the product, we're gonna go ahead and drop, even though we don't have any product on hand. And basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna take orders in first, and then take those orders and then send it to the manufacturer. They'll go ahead and create it, ship it to you, and then you ship it to the customer. So you don't have to spend any money up front on a bulk order. And the reason why I like this is because it helps you save capital in the beginning when you don't have that capital. And this is called the pre-order method. Now that we have our niche, our logo, our name, our design, our product, our samples pretty much made now, our website's good to go, it's now time to start building up demand for the product and marketing. Now there's 3 different marketing channels that I like to use. Organic marketing, where you're just taking videos, you know, from your phone and posting them on social media organically. You're not paying for views or nothing, and you're basically just relying on going viral in the algorithm. Now here's one of my most viral videos. I'm gonna let it play. I have some of the hardest puff print full zips in the game, and they're affordable. Let me tell you guys why. The puff print quality on this is just amazing. We even have puff print on the hood, embroidered stars on the sleeve. Peep the zipper though. And it has free shipping. Yep, that video right there has made me over $100,000 probably alone. And organic marketing is the best thing for beginners because you don't have to spend money at all. You could just record videos of your product and post it on social media. Now the second marketing is paid ads, where you're actually running ads. And I wouldn't recommend this until you have a lot of money sitting in the bank, because ads can get very expensive. But ads are the best way to scale because you can get consistent traffic. You don't have to rely on the algorithm going viral and all this stuff. You can just pay your way to the top essentially. Now the third marketing is influencer marketing, and this is where you just send your product out to a bunch of influencers and they'll post for you. And I actually like this a lot. It just costs a bit of money, but if you have the money, I would do this because one, when you're a fresh brand, you don't have any social proof or proof that that you guys are legit. So if you have all these influencers, you know, representing your brand and posting you, then people are automatically going to trust you. And a lot of these people will buy from their favorite influencers. So doing influencer marketing is also a really good marketing channel. Now, once you've dropped, you know, you got some orders coming in, you need to start shipping these orders. And basically this is how you ship orders the simplest way. First, you're going to order poly mailers, a thermal label printer, and label paper. Now, basically on Shopify, you'll get the order on the Shopify dashboard. From there, you'll just click on the order, click create tracking, and it'll create a tracking number with it. And that'll create something with the post office. Now, you're gonna get a label. You're gonna print out that label, peel it, stick it onto the poly mailer, and of course you have to close this inside the poly mailer. And then you just, you know, close up the poly mailer with the label on top. And that's it. That's how you pack an order. From there, you'll just take the order and drop it off at the post office or whatever shipping service you use, whether that's UPS, USPS, FedEx, etc. You just take it to them, and it's that simple to pack and ship an order. Now, one thing I will say is if you do not want to like store your orders, right? You don't want to have a bunch of hoodies in your house. You don't want to have to pack and ship orders because it's time consuming, and you'd rather just have it automated. Well, you can use something called a 3PL, which is a third-party logistics, and they'll pack your orders, they'll store your inventory with them, and you don't have to touch the inventory. You can just pretty much automate that side of the business. You don't have to worry about the headache of packing and shipping. And I actually own a 3PL company in China. You guys can come work with us, and we have the best rates in the game. We're the cheapest. Yeah, it's just something that's gonna relieve stress off you. I use a 3PL for all my clothing brands now because I don't want to sit in my room or in my storage unit packing and shipping orders. It's time consuming and it doesn't make you money. So I would use a 3PL as soon as you can, so you could focus on what's important, which is marketing and making good products. Now that's basically a quick summary of how to start a clothing brand, and it's not that hard. You guys just have to put in the work. Now, if you guys do want to work with me and have me pretty much mentor you to start or scale your brand, that link will be in the description. Now, if you guys want a more in-depth video on how to start or scale a brand, then 1, check out my YouTube channel because I have tons of videos on here, and 2, check out my free training down below where I pretty much show you how to go from 0 to 10K a month in less than 90 days with your clothing brand. It's a completely free training. You guys can go click on it and watch it. I appreciate you guys for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.